Hello, and welcome to my classroom. I'm Alvin Lee, and thank you for your interest in the book I wrote. The book is called Marketing Strategy, a Life Cycle Approach. I've written this book as part of an integrated system to teach marketing strategy. The system I call Think, Do, Tell. The Think, Do, Tell system actually gets students to think about marketing strategy. That's where the book comes in. Doing of marketing strategy, that's where tutorial materials come in. And telling of strategy, that's where they present what they have learned about strategy to their friends, as well as peers, and also through a written assignment, which we grade. I've written this book as a part of a comprehensive system to help students understand strategy by doing strategy. By doing strategy, students start to comprehend strategy. The book actually is part of a class project. It's built around a class project where students take a business case study. They use the material from the book. We support them in tutorials using materials which are keyed into the book, and they use this knowledge from the tutorials as well as from the book. The book is built around a case study. This business case study forms the center of the course. Students relate especially well to the case study, especially if it is on a topic that appeals to them. By doing the case study, they actually go into the intricacies of strategy. They think, they plan, they analyze. In a group, they learn together, they talk about the strategy, and this encourages group learning. To facilitate the teaching of the book using cases, we've written the companion green book, which is the Marketing Strategy Casebook. This Marketing Strategy Casebook has a range of cases which helps you convey the intricacies of strategy to the students. The material in the casebook is keyed and is aligned to the material we present in the textbook. The textbook is the most visible part of the teaching system. It contains the theory that underpins all the material and all the exercises in the course. For the theory to come alive, you really need to apply it to a case, and that's where the cases come in. For the tutorials to help the case, and for your ease of teaching, I've developed a series of exercises and a series of support materials to help students work through the tutorials. This material is available to you as an instructor. I've also recorded live tutorials using the material I've developed, and these recordings can be matched to a file for the material from the tutorials, and this material can be used by students as a resource for self-study when they encounter problems or don't understand pieces of material in the book. After many years of teaching marketing strategy, using books from many well-known authors, I found that I had to write my own material to supplement the material which they provided. Don't get me wrong, those books are really good books, but they lack three things which in my mind are very important to delivering a great course. The first thing that's really important to delivering a great course is that students know how to do strategy. These other books gave the why and the what of strategy, but did not really provide a how to do strategy. The second thing that's really important is that a book must provide a simple, understandable process for students to do strategy. By its very nature, strategy is ambiguous, and it's very difficult for students to comprehend. That's why my book provides a system where students can go step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4 to understand and to do strategy. The third thing that's really important is that a book must have material which relates to what students know. That's why I've written this book as an integrated system that's built around a class project where students get the material from the book, work on the class project, go to the tutorials support the class project and support the material in the book so that students think, do, and tell each other what they're doing. It provides a system that differentiates from other books. So it differentiates from Marketing 101, it differentiates from Consumer Behavior, it differentiates from Marketing Research. That is one of the things which many instructors have told me, that they find it difficult to differentiate strategic marketing from other marketing courses. I've written this book with students learning in mind. I've written this book so that it provides a clear and linear process for the doing of strategy. Students learn to do, students learn to think about strategy, students learn to talk about strategy. This book differentiates itself from other books in that it is a practical book that brings students through a process. That means that we do not waste space and we do not introduce things which do not apply to the doing of strategy. Students benefit in three ways. First, there's a very clearly set process for students to learn strategy and for instructors to teach strategy. Second, students will be able to use this material as it is keyed in to other practical and workshop type material provided in the tutorials. Third, the course is integrated with specialized written cases which are matched to the textbook. All the materials are aligned in such a way that students can go from week to week to week to week with lots of support, and also with support from you, the instructor. In order to make this book useful for students, in order to impart a set of useful skills for students as they enter the workforce, we have gone back to the tried and tested bits of strategy. These bits of strategy come from Michael Porter and his work. We incorporate things like Michael Porter's market position, Michael Porter's understanding of the value chain, Michael Porter's understanding of the importance of key success factors and resource and key competencies, and we layer this over this whole idea that an industry operates within a product life cycle. We've also incorporated Porter's latest work on sustainability and ethics. Now, this system gives students a very clear-cut way and a very clear set of parameters about strategy. Depending on the life cycle of the market, a student working for a firm of a certain size, for example, a market leader, will have only certain strategies available. So the process is very prescriptive. This actually helps students narrow down the possibilities into a set of manageable goals, a set of manageable strategies. We've purposely used this set of theories and this set of strategies because this set of strategies is what is used by the world's biggest companies. Students who learn this set of strategies will benefit when they enter the large consulting companies or the multinational companies when they graduate. I'm sharing my system of teaching with you, and this system of teaching strategic marketing is really built around the idea that we teach students how to think. By adopting the system, I will give you and I'll read off the things which you will get as part of the system. A sample course or unit outline, lecture slides with notes for instructors, detailed weekly tutorials as well as instructors' guides, a chart of models to use for specific analysis. This can be used by students to complete the assignment. Recorded tutorials, where I actually conduct the tutorials using the tutorial material. Sample exams, formatted exams, as well as extensive marking guides. Assignment briefs with detailed instructions and marking rubrics, and sample reports that can be shown to students. These materials are all aligned and built around the central project or the class project for the semester. The book talks about strategy as a three-part process. This three-part process encompasses analysis and understanding of the company, corporation, competitors, and the environment. A planning process where students take that information and think about what strategy the company they're helping should adopt. And at the end, they find a way to clearly and succinctly articulate their strategy. The book gives them this base knowledge. The tutorials support what's in the book week by week by giving students a template to work through all the problems. And in the end, the recordings of the tutorials as well as the stuff from tutorial, the written worksheets, help students go back and revisit bits which they don't understand in their own time. This helps them learn from multiple angles. Students have found this to be a very, very helpful resource, and they've commented to me how this has helped them achieve a level of learning which they have not reached before in previous courses. This book is an integrated system of strategy. It is not every system, it is one system where we have worked the whole strategic process from multiple angles to provide students with a holistic understanding of the doing of strategy. It is a system focused on the process of strategy rather than the output of strategy, because we want students to be able to think, to do, and to tell strategy. By using this system, every semester, I find that my workload reduces towards the middle of semester. This is because students gain confidence with the material, gain confidence with the topic, gain confidence with the case. They start to work together in groups, and working together in groups to encourage peer learning. This is helped by the fact that they present little bits of their project in tutorial classes. They stand up, and as a group, they have one slide, they have a 10-minute window, and they present one small part of their analysis. For example, they will present a pest analysis or a competitive strength grid analysis. Other students look at this analysis, they comment on it, and then they learn with the presenting group, and they learn how to make their presentation better. As they start to learn, they start to interact, and they start to integrate their learning with their work. That's why from week 6, most of the time, onwards to the end of semester, I tend to have a very low workload. So if you adopt the system and you get the student interaction happening, as an instructor, that will help you manage the class better. As I've mentioned, the whole system in this book is about teaching about thinking. We get students to learn to think in a structured manner. We get students to analyze a market using empirical tools. I've included many of these metrics, of these market metrics in the book. This system helps students realize that marketing is not about just thinking about stuff. Marketing is also about making decisions, about doing, as well as about coming to the realization that you need a sound process to arrive at a good decision. I hope that this short film has been helpful to you. The system I'm promoting, the system which I'm sharing with you, has certainly helped make my life easier as an instructor, and have helped my students learn many things about marketing which they previously did not realize. Hopefully, you will see it fit and you will be happy to visit the book. Now, if you wish to have a copy of the book, please do not hesitate to visit Cambridge University's website. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your time to watch this short film.